I was at a cafe this morning, just learning about my embodiment coaching through some recordings. And while I was at the cafe, there was a couple there speaking Russian in the background. And for me, Russian is a very triggering language, not just because it's a colonial oppressor and the big bad wolf of the world. I mean, besides my own country, I should talk. But anyway, it's like the big bad wolf of the world right now. I hate what it's doing in Ukraine. But it's also personally a traumatizing language for me because of my LDS mission in Russia. And so it was a really interesting experience to be like learning about polyvagal theory, learning about triggers and like returning to embodiment after being disembodied. And then to be coming out of that directly into one of my own personal triggers while listening to this couple speak Russian. And they weren't like saying anything bad. They were just chatting in this cafe. They weren't talking about church related anything. They weren't even talking to me. Like, this is how triggers can weave into our lives, and how tricky it can be to navigate a reinitiation into embodiment, especially when you are surrounded, like nested within systems upon systems upon systems that have caused your body individually, and probably your ancestors and your larger extended network of context has probably caused trauma for those bodies as well. When we are trying to recover from cult indoctrinations, from systemic trauma and abuse, from mission PTSD and things like that, it can be really helpful to slow down the reaction and not judge it as anything other than what it is. So while I was in this cafe, I was coming out of my recordings and I would hear these voices, and I knew I had the choice to leave the cafe, to turn my volume up higher, to try and drown it out. But instead I just kind of like recognized it as part of my natural response and then went back to my work. And I was just like gently bringing that embodiment into the space alongside the trigger. And it's not like it like instantly fixed anything for me, but it's one of the ways that I am retraining myself to find safety in the world after trauma.